Beautiful plant. Beautiful plant.
Thank you. I thought it added something. A little.
Anyway, Little Richard died.
Little Richard?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Shut up.
I mean, I'm not laughing because of Little Richard,
but it's literally like we're about to be talking drag queens.
Oh my God.
And Little Richard.
That is crazy.
I know. He was like, how old was he? 87?
He was so.
Exactly. Yeah, 87.
That was good math. All right.
I just read a headline.
Well, you guessed. So
Anyway.
Let's do this.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm Brittany.
I'm Brad.
And we are AudioShelf.
Before we start, we're not going to do that.
No, we're not.
So today, what we're going to be doing is our first ever created tag. We're doing our first ever created book tag, and we're so excited because we're mixing two things that we love, books and drag queens. And so we're calling this the Bookish Drag Tag.
Ooh.
Yes.
Bravo, sir. Yes, I love that.
And so what we're doing is we're matching books with our favorite drag queens, whether it be their personality, something that happens in their lives and their story arcs on RuPaul's Drag Race, or whether it just reminds us of them.
First drag queen is Ben de la Creme.
Yes.
And this was for a book that we DNF'd.
Can we please stop? Because my battery is about to die.
Go, run, Forrest, run.
It's like a race for time.
Okay, the library is open. Why did you take so much effing time putting that plant up instead of looking at your damn battery?
You know, this quarantine has got me all messed up.
Sure.
But that plant looks good.
The plant does look really, really good.
All right, so where were we?
Anyway, Ben de la Creme for a book we did not finish. We DNF'd it.
Yes. And why did we do the DNF question for Ben de la Creme?
Because one, Ben de la has only won Miss Congeniality. And two, in her All-Star season, she eliminated her damn self after winning basically every competition.
She DNF'd herself.
She DNF'd. Jeez.
And I wish we had a little black Lego cube or whatever that said AudioShelf. Oh, you're so close. You're so close.
I can put words on this thing. Hello.
You should do it. AudioShelf.
AudioShelf.
So Ben de la Creme, she's one of my favorite queens. I was actually so happy because I got to see her in Kentucky. And it was the biggest surprise of my life. And she put on a wonderful show. And it was just amazing. So what book did you pick for Ben de la Creme?
I picked All the Ugly and Wonderful Things by Bryn Greenwood.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me why?
So I started the book probably about like 4 or 5 months ago. And I was not jiving with the older male getting close with a child because that is exactly what the main character is she's a child. She's like 8 when she meets this person. And at first it starts off as a big brother looking after a little sister, but then it quickly becomes not that. And so I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, so you DNF'd it because it was, against your morals. It was a trigger warning. It was all those other things that you don't really like to read about.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, I can't do this. Even if the book is beautifully written and Bryn did a fantastic job on it, I just don't jive with this story.
I've heard a lot of people DNF this book because of that exact same reason.
Yeah.
And so, it's a very valid reason.
Looking at the reviews, it's a lot more strongly worded than what I just said because certainly I feel like some people could get through this book and see the beauty in it, see the beauty of their relationship. However, a lot of people are calling it out for pedophilia and stuff like that. But I won't be that harsh with it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's a good book to choose for this, and I'm really happy that you picked that one.
What is yours?
So we all know that I typically do not DNF a book.
No, Brad loves torture. He loves pain.
Mm-hmm. So one season, or I just said season. Oh my God. One series that I am DNFing is the Red Queen series by Victoria. I just said Victoria. I think there's an ointment for that. So it's by Victoria Aveyard. And I personally am going to DNF this series because I just don't understand it. Like, I'm like, there's so much going on in it. The writing is just so a lot, like voluptuous and dreary. Like, it's just like
voluptuous
so
writing.
It's just so much. And I'm just like, you know what? If I can't remember what happened in book 1 when I'm in the middle of book 2, we have an issue, and I'm going to quit it. I'm going to hit it, and then I'm going to quit it. Okay.
But you don't finish.
I don't finish. So I'm not going to finish the series.
Yes, correct. The next queen that we are doing is Latrice Royale.
Latrice Royale.
One of Brad's faves.
Oh my God, I love her.
And we wanted to do a book with soul because, of course, Latrice always has this like deep, deep love and is just amazing and is just a fantastic queen.
I just want to sop her up. Jesus is a biscuit. All right. So the book that I chose for Latrice Royale is Dumpling by Julie Murphy.
There is so much food going on right now.
Yes.
And I am very hungry. I want dumplings.
I know. And I love dumplings so much because the story is about this small town girl who is
living in a small town world.
Well, according to her, I mean, yes, basically. She's a big girl in a small world. Like that, basically, that's it. And she wants to feel beautiful, and she wants to escape that stereotype of big girls can't be pretty. And so she joins a pageant, and she learns a little thing or two about herself because of the people that she surrounds herself. She meets drag queens in the pageant. She gains a lot of friends. She meets a little boy. So she really learns a lot about herself and who she is as a person and what she wants to do in her life. And I think that really, it just reminds me of Latrice Royale. She's been through struggle, and she just overcomes it all by being the winner, even though she's never won, but a winner to our hearts.
The book that I chose is Pax by Sarah Pennypacker.
Oh, that's a good one.
I loved this book. Pax is about a fox with his boy companion, and the boy can no longer take care of him because his father is getting deployed off to war, and the place that the boy is going to be living will not allow the fox to be there. So he basically has to abandon the fox. And the fox's journey is basically like a homeward bound type of tale of reuniting with the boy, and the boy is also trying to reunite with the fox. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful story of toughing it out and struggling, but then also figuring out who you are, what you are, and where you belong.
I have one question for you.
What?
What does the fox say?
We are so f***ing old.
I know.
What's our next queen?
Oh my God. Our next queen. Let me get my notes.
Yes.
All right. So our next queen is Sharon Needles.
Oh, the creepy queen.
The creepy queen. So what book did you pick for Miss Needles?
The book that I chose is Evil Eye by Madari Shankar.
Oh my God. That's such a good...
That book has lived with me since we have listened to it. It is so creepy and just it's basically like a radio play where there's sound effects and the characters have like footsteps and there's rain and there's yelling and there's cell phones, and it is just a wild ride. It's a full cast. It was an Audible original. It is a short listen, but it is amazing. And it's about the Indian culture and how they believe that if you die violently, then you come back seeking revenge for how you died. And that a person can never escape the violence that they were put through in their life.
Yes. I compare every Audible original to Evil Eye.
Yes, and that is why I don't think we've liked one really and truly since Evil Eye.
Exactly. Cannot agree more.
So good.
So the book that I chose for creepy, you know, Sharon Needles, she was odd. She was peculiar. Her drag was just so eerie. And so I wanted to choose a book that we read that was really just the kind of that personified that eeriness. So I chose Anna Dressed in Blood.
Oh, I had a feeling that you would choose that one.
Yes, by Kendara Blake. And I personally love this book. It's about this boy who is destined to essentially kill the dead. So ghosts that come up. And he meets Anna, who's the town's like creepy like myth. And he actually meets her, and then they all end up falling in love. But they want to kind of take down the evil that's in the town. So I just love this book. I just got this whole like girl dressed in blood. It reminded me of the Sharon Needles drag when she had the needle.
Yes.
In her lip, and like the zombie drag. So this book really reminded me of Sharon Needles.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's a really good one.
Yeah, thank you.
Also, right now with how you look, you're reminding me of Sonia Morgan.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, moving on. Our next queen is Shangela.
Oh, hallelujah.
This is a queen that is constantly popping out of boxes. And to us, that means twists.
Surprises.
A book with a lot of twists or surprises, whatever you want to call them. So what is your book?
So my book that I chose was Sharp Objects
by
Gillian Flynn. And spoiler alert, if you haven't read this, skip 5 seconds, whatever, 10 seconds, whatever. But spoiler alert is that this book had so many twists for me. We had the mother with Munchausen's. We had the daughter that ended up killing the girls. We found out that like all the town's secrets from this and the end of this book. And I was just like flipping. Every page was a secret that was discovered. So I really kind of think about Sharp Objects and Shangela, and how Sharp Objects is probably the best Gillian Flynn book in my opinion. And Shangela should have won All-Stars season 3.
Exactly. Sorry, Trixie, but like just Shangela.
It's like Trixie is like the Big Little Lies.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, not Big Little Lies. Trixie is the Gone Girl, like the most famous one. Like she won the season, but Shangela is Sharp Objects for me.
Honestly, if they were going to introduce this like freaking tie,
why couldn't it have done
Shangela and Trixie?
Yes.
Like, why would they do that? Like, I know Shangela wasn't actually, like, in the finale. It was Kennedy and Trixie, right?
Yes.
So, like, but why would they do, why?
I don't know. That was a rob. The girls were shady in season 3.
Yeah,
All-Stars.
They really were. It was really, really bad. Anyway, my book is Until the Day I Die by Emily Carpenter.
Oh!
Yes. So there is a lot of books that have a lot of twists, but the one that I found the most like, oh my God, I need to take my headphones out and process this because that was freaking crazy and I didn't see it coming.
Yep.
Was Until the Day I Die by Emily Carpenter.
Yes. Oh my God, I agree so hard.
It was so good.
Hallelujah.
Yes, so much.
So what is our next queen?
Our next queen is another one of your faves, Bianca Del Rio. The reason...
Not today, Satan. Not
today.
Exactly.
That phrasing of how she deals with people is why we picked her and why this book that we are picking needs sass, a genuine bit of wit, and also still a lot of heart to it. So my book that I chose was The Cruel Prince by Holly Black.
Ooh.
I know.
We pick it
say
a
this
lot.
one a lot.
Mhm.
We say this one a lot, so I probably do need to expand my horizons, but I don't care. I really don't care. This is my pick, and you're not going to tell me to stop. So I picked The Cruel Prince because Jude is just a fantastic main character. We hate Taryn, her twin sister, because she's a twisty little evil bitch. But we love Jude because she is no nonsense. She doesn't take anyone's sass. She can deliver sass right back. And she also has a lot of love for her family and the people that she cares about.
Yes. I love it. So the book that I chose to kind of encompass Bianca Del Rio was Reverie by Ryan LaSala.
Ooh.
Because
that's perfect.
Yes, there's a drag queen sorceress who's the main villain, Posey, and she has so much sass, and she reads people to filth, but yet she looks beautiful and eloquent. Did I say eloquent?
You said eloquent. You want to say opulence?
Opulence. So yes, I really think Posey just embodies Bianca Del Rio for me.
Yes, and we figured out what happened to Parker Posey.
True.
So who's our next queen?
So our next queen is Fifi O'Hare.
Ooh, why are we doing something with her?
Oh my God. So the first season Fifi was in, she was a villain. She basically bullied poor little Sharon Needles. Go back to Party City where you belong.
Fifi was evil.
She was evil. And then in All Stars, when she came back, she said, I'm here to revoke that evil stigma about me. But bitch was still evil.
She tried.
She just has an evil personality.
Yeah, she really tried, but she did not do well.
Yes. So the book that I chose, oh my God, my quarantine hair is too much right now.
Girl.
So the book that I chose, this is odd because you don't really think of this book in villains, but I went there.
Okay.
The Selection. And I chose Celeste Newsome because she was the typical mean girl.
You are so right.
And she was just there for the drama.
Uh-huh.
I even took notes because I wanted to make sure I approved this.
Oh my God.
She was there for the drama, and she made the competition 10 times as intense because all the other girls were fawning over Maxon, and she was like, I want Maxon, and I want fame, and I want to be the queen, and I want everything else, and I want to win. And then, but who doesn't love a villain worth fighting for? She was so intense, and she wanted love, and she fought for love, and who could hate a villain?
I could hate a villain. And I hate the villain in my book, which is Shadow Queen by CJ Redwine.
Okay.
So Queen Irina is probably one of the most evil queens that we have come across in a fantasy book. She was just no apologies given. There was no sympathy story for her at all. There was no well, when I was a girl, I was hurt. Nothing like that. She had no redeeming qualities whatsoever.
Nothing.
And it is very easy for the twist in the novel to be that the villain, you feel sympathy for the villain. It is almost harder in my mind to write a villain that has nothing redeeming about them, that is just pure-hearted evil.
I agree.
And that is what Queen Irina in Shadow Queen is for me, and that is Fifi O'Hara.
Such a good one. Oh my God. So our next one is Roxy Andrews.
Why?
Because the bitch was left at a fucking train station or whatever. No one loved her. She was an orphan.
We're not laughing at orphans.
We're not laughing at orphans, but we're laughing at Trixie, or not Trixie. Oh my God. Roxy Andrews. Because the way she confessed herself in that episode, we were just like, that. We were that.
Rigor mortis, girl. Rigor mortis.
I love Roxy though. She's one of my favorites. Like, we joke, but long story short, she was left at a train station and we just had to pick a book about an orphan.
Yeah, about like a sad story that is just really sad.
And one that we can just enjoy.
Yeah, because you know the funny thing is that Roxy started off a lot like Fifi O'Hara, a bully.
Very much. Mm-hmm.
They bullied what was her name? Was it
Sharon
Jinx?
Needles. Oh, Jinx. It was Jinx.
Was it Jinx for Roxy?
Yes, it was Jinx for Roxy.
So they basically, no matter what whoever the queen was, they bullied people, and they also had a clique in the All Stars,
the
season
Heathers.
2. Yes. But Roxy, like, there was just something about her that like made her, when you think of her, you don't automatically think of villain.
Yeah, she was redeemable.
Yes, exactly.
100%. Yeah.
So my book that I chose for Roxy is the Camp Red Moon story for the new camper.
Oh, okay.
Basically, in that story, we have like a skinwalker or a golem or something like that that can like transform itself into looking like the person and basically assuming their identity. And they trick campers into basically like they make the camper go crazy, and then the camper, like, the parents don't even see that the camper that the imposter is not their child. So then they take the child home that is the imposter, and they leave the real kid alone at the camp at the end of summer. So then the kid has to survive the winter at the camp in some weird new home. And then in the next year, when the campers return, that new imposter has to now take the identity of a new camper.
All right. I see why you chose that one.
Yeah, because basically,
I like it.
The abandonment.
The abandonment. So the book that I chose, it's actually a series. Damn near I can't speak.
Use your words.
Lemony Snicket's series called An Unfortunate Events.
Oh, yes.
About 2 years ago, I went through this entire series because when I was younger, I started it. And I didn't finish it because I didn't like reading when I was younger. But about 2 years ago, I went through this entire series on Audible. Most of the books were narrated by the brilliant Tim Curry. But this story was about these 3 orphan children, and they just went through so much shit.
They really did.
And no one loved them.
No one loved them.
Except for the banker. Like, it was just like, come on.
Yeah.
And so I chose this because when I've heard of orphans and Roxy Andrews, I was like, which Lemony Snicket child would Roxy Andrews be?
All 3 of them.
All 3 of them. So yeah,
So
orphans.
Orphans everywhere. So our last one, our last queen.
We're at the last.
Is Alaska Thunderfuck.
Oh.
And the reason why we picked her is because she had a horrific breakup with Sharon Needles. That basically, like, between the season that she originally was on and the All-Stars season, they broke up and were no longer together. But then Alaska, like, came back to be a queen and won All-Stars 2.
Oh my gosh.
It was that breakup that started our obsession with her.
Exactly. It was the drama.
And there was so much drama.
So much drama. Very toxic relationship. Let's be real.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So the book that I chose, and I actually have a copy of it right here, but obviously you're probably going to show it there, is The Beholder by Anna Bright. And we love Anna Bright. We've actually done a book talk with Anna, and we've done 2 of them so far. But we just love Anna Bright, and we love the story. And the sequel to The Beholder is going to be coming out this June. So we're so excited.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Yes. So the reason why I chose this series for the big breakup is because in the beginning, our main character, Selah, she experiences this public rejection from Peter. And Peter, it's like she literally asked, like, can you be my husband? Will you be my king? And he's like, no.
He's like, I just tutored you. Like,
yeah, like
I'm just your tutor.
He was like, I don't even know her.
She don't even go here.
But they were childhood best friends. But like that public rejection is like the motivation for me choosing the book that best resembles Alaska Thunderfuck. Because in the end, Selah, throughout the whole book, throughout the whole series, she goes on this journey to find herself and to love all these men and to kind of find true love. And then in the end, I really truly think that she's going to realize she's all she needs to be the best queen she can be.
Such a powerful story.
Yes, my hair is ridiculous. Okay.
It really is. So the book that I chose was Heartless by Marissa Meyer.
What is this?
I don't know. I don't know.
Heartless.
Heartless. One of our favorites. And I feel like we've been talking about it a lot recently. But again, like The Cruel Prince, I don't care.
It's such a good book.
Don't come for me because I don't care. So basically what we have in Heartless is Kath and Jess, and this story is the story of the Queen of Hearts and her beginning. And basically Kath meets Jess and they fall in love, and then he is brutally taken from her. It was pretty horrific.
I think Heartless was one of the first books I was like in tears.
I didn't think that anything was going to happen to him. I just did not.
Yeah. I was actually cutting my grass on my lawnmower, reading Heartless. And I remember that day. Oh, I remember that day. So I was like,
basically.
That's what happened.
That is what happened. It's a great story. It's interesting. It's fun. It has adventure in it. It is a fantasy novel and a retelling. Kind of a retelling. It's basically like a prequel to a story.
Yeah.
I don't know what those are called.
I don't know what those are called. It's like that. It's like based off of, I don't know.
But,
it made the story better.
Yeah, exactly. It gave the Queen of Hearts a little backstory, which is not canon in Alice in Wonderland, but in our minds it can be, because it was so believable. And she does get justice in the end, with her first like head chopping, but it's that breakup of Kath and Jess is just, it's painful.
So that wraps up our list of drag queens that matches books. I really had fun doing it.
Yes, it was a lot of fun, and I'm really glad that you came up with this like game, because it was amazing.
It was just, you know how we love drag queens. And so we have to mix the two. And so we encourage anyone who wants to do this tag, please do so and make sure you tag us, because we want to see the videos. Yeah,
we want to see what queens inspired your books.
Yes. The rules are simple. Just pick a queen, pick a trait from the queen, and then pick a book based on that trait. It doesn't have to be our list. It can be other queens because there's so many.
We didn't even scratch the surface.
No.
So let us know in the comments down below what queen, trait, and book you are going to be picking, however many you want. But let us know which one you connect with the most, too.
Yes, and definitely you can do this on Bookstagram, BookTube, in the comments, whatever you feel comfortable doing.
Yes, and you can find us on our various social medias to tag us. We are on Twitter at AudioShelfMe, Instagram at AudioShelfMe, and Facebook at AudioShelf.
And if you like these videos, please make sure to subscribe and click that little ring-a-ding-ding bell to get that notification, girl.
Yes.
Until next time, honey.
Bye.
Bye.